What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? If you're joining the chat, welcome in. And I'm just going to open up the development server, and we are going to start off where we left off, which was dashboard. Let's create a chatbot. All right, if you guys are coming in, like I said, I'm just starting, so this is our 10:30 start time. Other than that, let's go over. Hey, bro, what's up? What's up, Harash? How you doing? Welcome in. Just a refresher of where we stopped last time. We were able to create this page. We're not obviously done with it. We're not even close to being done with it. But this is on the dashboard / create chatbot page. We could pretty much, you're going to create your chatbot in just a few steps. You're going to fill out this form, and the chatbot name, you can name whatever, and it's obviously going to populate on the right side. It's going to show what the chat's going to look like. And then the final step we did was we were able to add the logo. So whatever logo you want to pick, so say like this logo here, that's fine. And then I never styled it, but this is how the chat box is going to look for people that pretty much embed the script and widget on to their website. So that's where we left off. And the only thing that we didn't fix, that we kind of stopped just in its code tracks, is when we upload a logo, the state doesn't stay in the file here. So we actually got to figure that out too. And then another thing is I'm going to have a sidebar. So we're going to create a sidebar that is going to go inside of all of the dashboard pages. So anything that's considered a dashboard page, where that means they're logged in, we're going to have a sidebar where it's going to be like the home page, their settings page, just a basic sidebar navigation for a SaaS application. But other than that, let's get started. So if you're in the chat, say what's up, so I know you guys are here. But other than that, let's open up the code. So we have our development server running. Let's go inside of our components, and we are going to go inside of our creating chatbot, and then we have our chatbot form right here. Let me make the code a little bigger so you guys can see. And then a few things obviously I learned myself too, was the watch. So you could use this function or method or whatever you want to call it from the React use form. Hey, what's up, Simon? How you doing? Welcome. So like I said, a few things I learned from my chat yesterday was that you could use this watch method function form. It's not from FS, so I don't know why that's even there. But this allows me to pretty much just watch whatever variable I want to watch depending on the name of the input. So like name, logo, description, color scheme, knowledge base, stuff like that. You'll be AFK for a while, but you're just finishing up some stuff first. No problem, man. Take your time. We'll be here for definitely a few hours. But other than that, we learned that for sure. And then we created this uploading file function, which allows us, which I might call it uploading logo. Let me switch that. So we're going to call this uploading logo because that is the functionality when we want to upload the logo to our chatbot prototype. So that is going to be on an on-change on that specific input form. So I just want to be more specific, just like that. Okay. So the next thing let's create is let's start styling the chatbot prototype a little better. So we have this image element right here from Next.js. And right now it's not styled at all, so I put rounded full. And it's inside of this big div. And what we want to do is, let's get this maybe item center, justify center. And when I do styling with Tailwind, let me actually have both screens open so we can see the changes happen in real time. So let's get a logo in. And I want this logo right here to be centered. So I'm going to move this over. Oh, there we go. And let's work on centering this logo more in the center right here. So you see chatty like that. We have the logo there. So we're going to justify center. We could try self-align or self-center. The width is 96. Rounded full, item center, justify center, self-center. Let's try adding a flex to this. If not, it might be a flex up here. Definitely not a flex up there. So we have the image, div. Sometimes when it comes to like this easy stuff, hey, what's up, D? How you doing? Welcome, guys. Welcome. Very, very similar faces. I'm glad to see you guys all in here. If you're joining real quick, like I said, I'm just trying to center this logo, whenever we upload it, right here, kind of in the center, and I'll give some margin top. And we are going to create how the chatbot widget is going to look for people. Hey, what's up, Ibashian? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name too. But what I do sometimes for the Tailwind CSS classes and TypeScript, so those are the two main things I use ChatGPT for, is I will say like I am using, oh, you can't really see it. Let me move myself. So I'm using Next.js, TypeScript, and Tailwind CSS, and I want the image component to be centered and not to the left. We were picking up right where we left off, D. So right when we left off yesterday, which is this area right here, we left off. And I don't know if you're the one. Hey, what's up, Rob? How you doing? I don't know if you're the one who called it out, but as you can see, when we upload the logo doesn't stay inside of the state. So if we click logo, we upload it. It doesn't stay inside of the state because we did create a custom state for it, even though the logo is appearing now. But right now I'm just trying to style this to make it look better. But that is probably going to be the first thing we actually work on, is to fix this. And not to the left. And then I just go like this. I copy all the code, Control A, and then Control C. If you're on Windows, Control V to paste. And you're saying you can use the text align center on a parent container of the image. Okay, let's try that. See, make sure that the parent takes the full width. So the parent is taking the full width, which is this div. It's a width of 96. I have it on fixed. And what we could try is we could try your thing, use text align center on parent container of the image. So we'll do text center. Oh, I gotta spell it right. That is the parent div. That is the div wrap in this. So that is not working. So text center was not working on the parent div. And ChatGPT gave me an answer, so let's see what they said. So to center the image component, you have to use the Flexbox utility. It looks like they're just wrapping it in a div and then putting item center, so, and then justify center. So they created another div, so we could do that. And I've always wondered how many divs is too many divs. Like, is it just semantically bad to have a bunch of different divs? Class name, flex, item center. And we have a full house tonight, it looks like. I'm assuming the 1030 time's working better for a lot of people. Or we're just on a better part of the SaaS. You're saying flex call, justify center. I'm going to try this method real quick and see. Because I know when you're styling with Tailwind or any CSS, there's multiple ways to do it. And there you go. Yeah, it's centered now. Which, and then we could do like a margin top of 6. And then let me see if I do a padding. So if I get more, I just want to see what it does. Okay, that does the parent div. If I do a padding on the actual image, padding of 2, it decreases it, which is kind of weird. I think I played around with it yesterday. You should reduce the amount of divs as much as possible. There shouldn't be many nested divs like div, div, div. Yeah. So you're saying make sure that the parent takes the full width, which, like I said, the width's on a fixed of 96 right here. Below that div, make the parent div width full auto margin auto. Okay, let me try that. So I'm going to take that div out and let's do a width full margin auto. Maybe with half. Let's see if it does margin on buff. Okay, so that works. So that does take out one less div. Akil, you are right. You can make as much divs as you want. You're saying Brett logo's background is different from the chatty background. Please add mixed blend mode. Multiply to the image component in Next.js, please. Please add the mixed blend mode. Is that like a certain utility class for Tailwind, or are you? I've never used that, so a little lost when you're talking about that. Okay, so we have the logo, and obviously it's a flex column. Let me move this. I'm trying to show as much as the code as I can. So we rounded full width of margin half. We could do width of actually 1/3. That'd be probably a better looking. And then let's do margin top of 4. Not M auto. MX auto is a good approach, I think. I usually use MX auto as well. Let me see. Yeah, same thing. M auto, isn't that top, bottom, left, right? And then MX is obviously left and right. Add mixed blend multiple class. It's a CSS thing to make blending. So that is the mix. Oh, I see it. I never even used mix blend multiple. Wow. That's pretty cool. I did not know that was a good Tailwind CS. I'm writing that down. Let me write down my other computer. There's actually a few Tailwind CSS classes I found lately that I didn't even know they were actually classes. Sometimes I've had to use like regular CSS and just create like an actual separate CSS file to do it. Okay, perfect. So we have the image. It's looking good. Our chatty's looking good. Next thing is we need a message. We need a message, and the message on the left, is that usually the user or the AI bot to start? So it should be like a welcome message, right? That's what I'm thinking. So let's do a div underneath this. Let's remove the div I commented out, and let me know if I'm right, guys. Is it usually the welcome message from the AI bot? That's the first message. What stack are you building this with? What's up, Just Coding? First time seeing you here. Awesome. I am using Next.js, which is just the full stack framework. And other than that, we are using TypeScript, Tailwind CSS. We're using some ShadCN components. And we're about to use the OpenAI API. We were thinking of using Gemini's AI API, but it doesn't allow you to upload PDF files and text files and sitemaps, so we could actually make it a custom chatbot for our user. But yeah, welcome the user should be an intuitive message notifying the user of what they can ask. Let's see. So the message that's going to be notifying the user of what they can ask is going to be something like, it has to be general because it could be multiple businesses that sign up for this product. So it could be like a car dealership, it could be a restaurant, a hair salon, it could be an array of businesses. So we can't make it too custom, but we have to make it general. So what we can do is, this could be hard coded for now because it's not a crazy big deal. Let's do a p tag, I guess. And let's do a general hello. My name is, and then we could do maybe name. So that could be custom. And then we'll style it as well. Hello, my name is name. How can I help you today? Just like that. Ask from user the first message. Oh yeah, true. We can do that. Do you think it's really worth doing that for the prototype, or is that just too much to ask? Like, I want to do as less friction as possible. Like, I don't want to overwhelm them with too many inputs on the form. Do you think that's important? Actually, it probably is important. Because when they do want their custom, they probably want that custom too. So let's add that. You a star? I don't even know what those glasses mean, honestly. Never. Okay, so let's add that. Okay, let me move this. And we're going to add another input form. So let's go back to our chatbot form. Let's put this underneath describe your chatbot. So we have the form field with the description. Let's do it under the description. And let's add it to our schemas. So we have our chatbot schemas, we have a description, and then we could just do welcome message. Like that. It will be a string. It needs to have a minimum of 1, and if not, let's throw an error saying welcome message is required. So we added it to the schema. Nice. I see the chat is definitely busy tonight. I'm surprised because it's a Friday too. But maybe the earlier time slot is a lot better for a lot of people. So this is the first time me going this early. So it's looking pretty promising. So the chatbot form. So the description, let's add it in the default values as well. So we are going to do the welcome message, empty string. Let's watch it as well. So under the description, we could do const welcome message. We're watching it. The second description one, welcome message. The form label, create a welcome message. This will be the first message your visitors see. Perfect. And then like, hi, I'm Chatty. How can I help you today? Perfect. I guess after 9 p.m. everyone finishes their day. They have free time. Yeah. No, I've been doing it late. I've always done it after 9 p.m. But I started usually at midnight or 12:30 Eastern time. And that's probably a little too late. But yeah, I can't do it during the day. I feel like during the day, it definitely, I won't get viewers like that. And of course, if I'm live streaming, you want viewers. Who doesn't want viewers? So yeah, I'm gonna try 10:30 obviously a few times. I appreciate it, Akil. This is the weekend, Saturday, but not for me. For me, it's only Sunday. But I thought I should spend some time here. That's why I'm here. Yeah, that's a little too late. Yeah, I won't be available in the daytime. Yeah, the daytime and that late's bad. I think 10:30 is a good time. Is it possible to build Chatty-like website using no-code builder tools like Wix, Webflow, etc.? it is 919 in India. I think it is possible to build it with no code tools. And I know a method that a lot of people do for SaaS is they would validate their SaaS idea with the no code. So before even coding all this, because this SaaS might not work at all. So technically you just build it with the no code, test it out. If it works, then you could always switch. But I know some people don't even switch from the no code, which I mean, I guess it could work, but I feel like it's the higher barrier to entry, the better rewards you could reap when it's all said and done. So we have the describe your chatbot. So now let's go back to the chatbot prototype. Oh, we got to pass it in. So let's do welcome message and let's pass it in as a prop. We are getting the welcome message, and it's going to be a string as well. I probably should make this, like, do you guys make interfaces or type when you do TypeScript? What do you guys prefer? So, like, for something like this, do you guys use an interface or a type? Because obviously they're very similar, but I know there is a difference. Don't know too much about the difference. I read up on it a while ago, but there's just so much to coding. You got to kind of go with the stuff that really matters. Because like stuff like this, I might as well just chat GPT it and not worry about it again. Types is best. Interface for objects and types for the other. But not type. Type can be expended by other type. I always use type. Interface is better. Oh, so we have like a 50-50 here. Harash and local say interface. Well, Harash kind of said interface. Types can do everything. And then we have types. I think I've heard more people say types even when I've watched courses and like videos online. I just don't know what the difference is. I'll leave it for now, but I'll create a type later for this. I mean, the type's not hard. They're all pretty much strings. So what we are going to do... Do a poll? Yeah, we could do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll real quick. See what wins, and then whatever wins, I'll pick to do throughout the application. All right, one sec, guys. Let me make this poll. All right, poll is live. Let's see what we get. So we got types versus interface, 50-50, 50-50. We have 2 votes in. Come on, guys. I know 4 of you answered. We just need that one extra person in chat just to answer to sway one way or the other. Interface, 3-1. 3-1 interface. I'll give it a few more minutes, and then I'll end the poll to see which one wins. 5 votes. Another one for types. Oh, 50-50. You guys can see that update in real time, right? The polls. Types is winning. Types, we have 7 votes with types. All right, let me add this, describe your chatbot. So we're gonna do a P tag. I'm gonna let the poll run for a few more, about 30 more seconds, but it looks like there's gonna be a clear winner. Yeah, types is gonna win. I think it only has 1 more vote though than the other, so we'll see. Obviously, I don't have a crazy, there's not a crazy amount of people in the live, but it's about 50-50, I'll think maybe. So we have the welcome message. Let's make sure it's actually showing up. So if we type, yeah, it's working. Okay. And now let's style this. So we're going to have the class name. I think we need border padding of 3. All right, so guys, I'm in the poll there. So it looks like types 1. Okay, so you're saying make a default value for logo welcome message in the prototype component so user can see empty things in the prototype. Make a default value for logo. Okay, let me do that, and then we need to work on the logo state. Let me see. You're saying it depends on the user? Yeah, I think it could be 50-50. It was almost a 50-50 vote. I mean, I think interface type, it probably just depends on your data. So you're saying, I know you messaged, make a default value for logo. Welcome message in the prototype component so you don't see empty things in the prototype. So are you saying make the default value on, let me open this again, the chatbot form? So like in this state right here where we define the form, or are you talking about an actual default values on the chatbot prototype file? What are you guys thinking? So you're saying make a default value for logo welcome message in the prototype component, so you use in the prototype component. So would you just put which one was it again? You said logo? Oh, as if the inputs are empty, it should show something. Oh, you think it should show something at the beginning? Yeah. So if you do the logo, how do you make it default to show a default type? As the state is updated. Values. Yeah, if it's undefined, show something logo equals image, or so it's something like, where's the image? So if undefined, we're going to show, we're just going to use an image of our own. Let me see. That's probably not going to work because I don't think it could be. Is it / logo? Oh, it's chatty logo. I think it's just a slash. It's not showing it. Was it .png? Did I add on it? Yeah, it is. Even though mine's really bad. I mean, I could keep that for now. Yeah, sometimes I forget to put the PNG or not. But yeah, I have the PNG now. And then should I have it something right here for the title too? I guess I should, right? Name or chatty. So if they start typing, okay. And then the logo, we have that. Think that's good for now. I think underneath the logo. Oh, another one I wanted to add was the description. Or no, the description's for the backend, I think. Width is going to be 1/2. Let's do a margin top of 10. Rounded 2XL. Oh, we actually need a margin left too, I feel like. Yeah, we do need margin left. Margin left of maybe 3. This BG could be... Do we want to keep the same color style? Oh, the other thing we're going to have to change too is I give them the option to add a color scheme for their chatbot. So whatever color scheme they use, we're going to have to update this. So if they don't want to use orange, we're going to have to change this as well. You're saying for the image, give it a fixed and give it a class name contain? You think for the messages, I could put inside a big div? So like a div right here like this with a P tag? Is that what you're trying to say? So I have this div and I was thinking of wrapping everything in this div. And then for the image, give it a fixed width and a class name. Give the big div px3. You're saying for the image, give it a fixed width and give it a class name of contain. I have a fixed width, I think, of 1/3, right? Wouldn't it be? Well, I have a fixed width here too. I'm thinking, I guess like this for now. And if they start typing the welcome message. Okay, so the text, and we could do this whole div. Or no, we can't because I think everything will be text white. And if we start typing, it goes off the screen. So we need it within the box. There might be like a class of text contain or something. Text, would it be text clip? No. Oh yeah, you're so we take the width 1/3 out. Maybe give it a size 20 and contain. So we have a width of 100. And then what was the other object fit? Is it contain? Text wrap, that was going to be the next one I was going to use. Let's see. Nope. So we have a width of 1/2, but text wrap isn't working. Unless I didn't save it. Let's try again. We have a width of 1 height. half, but we should probably change all this then. It was clamp for the text. Is there a text clamp? No, it's still not working. Let's try text break. You said text break all? Is that even a thing? It's line clamp, but that work if you only have a certain amount of lines. Okay, let's look it up then. We have, you think it's word wrap, CSS, and Tailwind. Overflow wrap, break all, word break. So let's try break all. See, like I never even knew about this class either. Break all. There we go. So the class name is called break all for Tailwind. That's what it is. It's word wrap is break all. So that works good. I think somebody says something that I missed. It's a line clamp, but for that it would work a certain amount. Tailwind, I'm not sure. Class name contain size 20. And we're talking about the logo, right? So you're not saying object fit. Contain. Yeah, some of those Tailwind names, especially that break right there, that'd be hard. Are you saying for the contain size 20? Is that your Tailwind CSS class, or is that size fit? Because when you go lower, yeah, it's going to be there. Yeah, object contain. Didn't I have that right the first time or no? It's a Tailwind class? Is it? Oh my god, I can't type. Oof. Okay, that should be good. And then the welcome message we could do. Oh, so on the chat, we're going to do the welcome message. Hello, I'm Chatty. How can I help you? Oh, that doesn't look good. I wonder how we can move that H down, because that kind of looks bad. Especially like on an actual application. I don't think that would be a good look. Yeah, I was Simon. Yeah, I do that. I usually like press one word or tab, but I was just mistyping, and I feel like this mic is so close to me, and I feel like I'm not in the right position when I'm sitting down, so it kind of messes with me too. But yeah, no, I definitely need to do that because I do have IntelliSense added for an extension. Let me see. Hello, I'm Chatty. How can I help? Even though the H is there, so something with the words. So we need like, I don't even know what to call that, honestly. Break word? Could be. Let me see. let's try it. So break. They have a bunch of breaks. Break words. No, that didn't do anything. Break words. Break normal, break all, break keep. That's, I might have to come back to that. Would it be a text wrap maybe? Or no? You need to remove the break all. Oh, okay. Yeah, that can make sense. Break words. Yep, you guys are right. There you go. And then if there's no value, hello, I'm chatty. Perfect. Yeah, replace break all with break words. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so next thing we could do is we can pass, or let's do the other message. So we have that P tag, and then I'm just gonna copy this. And then this will be width 1/2, padding 3, but it's gonna be on the other side. And it's not gonna be the welcome message. We could just do. We might be able to do an animation. What do you guys think? Do an animation or actually be able to do a response? Because they don't have to write the response. There's no point. I didn't even know float right was a thing. God, all these Akil, how did you even know what float right is? Or do you have like Tailwind up on your computer? Float right? That's crazy. It's good though. I wish I wish I could have. I need to go over Tailwind more than I am right now because that's not working how it should be. Float is an old CSS thing, but like the float right, justify like left, right, center, between, all that. And at first, I guess the Tailwind it was used before Flex was there. Okay, so yeah, I'm not that old into coding, so I wish I knew all that stuff. And then a lot of CSS. You think I can just display the description the user enters? So let your visitors know about your assistant. Because for the description input, I just want them to like describe the chatbot. Because I think that's a prompt that I need to pass into OpenAI. Like when you describe your chatbot and what it should do, I'm going to add that as dynamic text. So I don't know. Do you think the description would be worth it there? What are the prices for... I'm just giving you like an example. Let me open this. I'm going to see what other people's chats look like. So there's a guy on Twitter. Did I save him? It's called like sitegpt.ai. I don't want to copy him, but obviously it's the same idea. But I've seen like 4 people on Twitter that I know that tweet that have a chatbot SaaS idea. So like this, start a conversation. And then this is how his is. Hello, how can I assist you today? And it says bot. And then obviously it's like getting streamed in. I mean, we can definitely make ours better, but I'm pretty sure his is doing like 100,000 in revenue a month. Like he just hit $100,000 revenue a month, and he charges $50 a month for his lowest package. And then he charges add-ons too, based on the what's it called, the generations that are used between the messages. But pretty much this is how theirs is, and obviously he's always updating this SaaS. So even if ours doesn't start with all of this, we can always add this in later. Anime bounce. Yeah, I know that one. Anime bounce. What should that be for though? Till bot responds. So you're saying for like ours, don't even write that. Just have an anime bounce. Why isn't this popping up? Yeah, anime bounce will be waiting for till the response. So yeah, I'll take that out. And then what can we use? Can we use React icons maybe? Was it 3 dots? Is that like original? That's probably dots. I think there's actually another library called React Spinners. I'm pretty sure I've used it before. Now you don't have to use animate bounce, but I don't know. You think 3 dots is enough? So like this, be dots, class name, animate, bounce, and then we might have to increase the size. We probably shouldn't have that then, right? Or that should be... We might have to increase the size, maybe? Please use the tailwind spinners. Literally 3 dots, dot, 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 dot. Isn't that what I did right here? Please use the tailwind spinners. What are the tailwind spinners? Are you just talking about like animate, like bounce? Is that what you're talking about? Like, so if we do a size, say like 25, I don't know how big the sizes are. Do 40. That's a little too big. Probably 30. Let's try 30. So something like that. Like I said, we could always change it later if we need. Or should that even white box be around it? Anime spin. Wait. That's horrible. That doesn't even make any sense. Anime bounce, right? Tailwind spinners are like Tailwind library. Tailwind spinners are like the tailwind. How will I stream messages in real time? I'm not gonna do it here because this is just a prototype. But streaming messages in real time, I think Next.js has like an AI SDK. Search tailwind spinners. Let me see. So the first one, we have this, which isn't, it should be the dots for sure. The dots is like, I think when you're messaging somebody on a chatbot, like dots is like universal. So that flow byte looks just like a library. So we have anime spin, anime none, anime ping, pulse, bounce. Yeah, I don't want a spinner like this though. I don't, not for messages at least. For like a button loading, I think that's fine, but not for the actual messages. These loading dots is actually pretty good. That's actually way better. I like the animation a lot better. Could we just copy it? Wait, is this even... Oh, it's like this huge class. Wait, what's the preview? Loading? It's showing me like different animation delays, 0.3 seconds. You can do array.from length map dot class name anime bounce delay 20. This could work. Never tried it. Let me see. That sounds like it could, or you're definitely on the right track. Let me see. So you could do array.from length 3.map. So you have length of 3 like that. Oh, it's above me. Sorry, the screen's above me and I can't tell because this text is so small. I got to get it better set up. I can use the code from the site. I like this better. It's just, I feel like it's more condensed. Let me try this though. And if not, I'm going to have to use the code from the site. Oh, that does a length. Let's do a length of 1. Oh, it's because you got to like target each of them individually, I think. So length 3. Oh no, you're right. I didn't finish your code. Let's do an animate. I think you should choose another icon. You talking about choose another one from React icons or just like in general? You saying use a single dot? you're saying index that. I have this. Animate bounce. Do I have to make this flex? That looks better. Text black and then MX auto. Maybe this margin left auto right. Yeah, flex on the P, then margin left and right auto like that. And then width of maybe 1/3. Like that. That looks a little better. Maybe the size we could decrease, or maybe, nah, that's good. I think that's good for now. Like, we don't have to really, really go crazy on that. So, like, okay. Chatty. Description. This will let your visitors know about your assistant. Describe your chatbot. Make the dots smaller. Like 24 maybe. 22. You're saying that because I could just do a delay of 200, right? Wait, why am I getting an error? Now they're all bouncing at the same time. I can do... Okay, let me copy that. So animate bounce. I mean, the first way was working. I'm not getting this to work either. Let me see. You think we could just do this way? You think that would still work? I mean, index. Like it's bouncing pretty good. Yeah, the way didn't work with the nth child. I copied and pasted directly from the chat, which is fine. I mean, I like how we're thinking. Like definitely thinking outside the box for sure. But let me. Okay, so after we have that, now the description, describe your chatbot. I'll make sure we write a note that says like you're not going to see this in the prototype, so they get the welcome message. Okay, next thing we can work on is the color scheme. So I only want them to enter. Yeah, it is jumping at the same time. I didn't even notice that actually. If you guys have a map index, and then what does the class say again? Is it because of the length? It can be 2. No. 3. I think it's fine for now. It's not a crazy big deal. The next thing I want to work on is the color scheme. So if they type in a certain hex color, I want the color. Do you guys think it should be a hex color or the RGBA scale? I think it's only one of those 2 options, right? So we have the color scheme here. If they do an input, I'm going to pass the color scheme as the color scheme. Color scheme like that, and then color scheme there. Yeah, I was thinking maybe make a color picker. Is there... Yeah, I mean, the color picker would be nice. Is that like... There's a package called React Color Palette. If you do input type equals color, but if you want to style, you need to look for a package. So there's this React Color Palette. Yep. It looks like that. That's pretty cool, actually. I think I like that. So it's a React Color Palette. What do you guys think about that? Looks nice. I think I'm going to try this out. If not, I will do your input type of color and see how that works. But let's get this package on there. We're in the chatbot form. You can add type colored input. Yeah, that's what Simon said. So if I add type color to form, how's that going to look? Let me see how it looks. I'm kind of curious to see how it looks. That's not bad. Honestly, we could just do this. Even though the other one looks good, it's just with no styles, that's the problem. Do you have to... yeah, I mean... Is there any way I can style this with Tailwind to make it look better, or there's no way? Am I console logging the values? Because let me just console log the data. We inspect. It's going to tell me to do all that, of course. Never tried it before. Okay, we could. You feel this input should be some circle? Is it usually a circle? I could just do rounded full. Let me see. Name, welcome, color. Okay, that didn't work. Let's see if we do rounded full. It just does the input full. Yeah, we might have to use a package, but whatever's inside the form control, we have to pass in the field attributes like that. Doesn't have to be the input, right? I'm assuming not. Because I think that's maybe one of the reasons why this logo's not working. Even though we passed the register functionality, our logo's still not showing. Because we're not using it. The field is declared, but its value is never read. I know I'm like switching topics. Don't use with full on input. But you remember what I said? This file shows. So like, and even if you type, it stays. But if you do the logo, it doesn't. I think it's because we don't have the field attribute spread. Can I do 2 of them spread? Like that? Fail to set the value of property on each of the input elements sets a file name, which may not be programmatically set to the empty string. Okay, so that's not working. I mean, we might have to use a package here. Did I install the package? I think I did. React color palette, we did. You have a solution for the logo? Go ahead. Yeah, let me hear what you have for the logo. Because obviously I just tried to pass in the field, which we're not using. Or do we have to pass in the register? Let's do it next. All right. We can wait as long as you're going to remember it. Field contain name and on change and on blur, so you're basically passing 2 on change to the inputs. You on blur. What's the on blur one? Is this the on blur? Yeah, I don't know what the on blur is for that form. I don't know where it would be. I'm going to try this package and see how it looks. Okay, we'll get back to it later. Expected one argument but got two. Oh, I'm not even on the right documentation. Yeah, this guy has a hex. There's no hex. Color and set color. Like this for now. Do I have to pass the ... field? Is it focus or unfocus? You're talking about the input? I think by default. Oh, there is on change is specified more than once. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I think about the on change. It's saying package, lib, CSS style, CSS not exported from package. React.children only expected to receive a single React element child. Okay, so this color schema, we're getting the color, the on change. It says React.children only expect to receive a single React element. Has anybody used a color picker package? Because obviously this one's not looking. Something, that was a weird error. Oh yeah, you're right. I feel like it was wrapped around form control, so it should be fine, but I guess not. That could be the issue. Yep, that was the issue. And it's looking, what is this? Does that look good to you guys or no? I mean, maybe I could style it with Tailwind. Can you even style this? Oh, it says I could hide the inputs. I have a hide input. Yeah, because I don't want to show all that. I just honestly care if they have the, for now, the hex. That's better. That's way better. Okay. I think I re-imported them. Did I not? No, I didn't. Yeah, that's why it looks so bad. I thought I added them back. There we go. Now that's good looking. The other one was horrible. Oh my god, I was about to say. I mean, yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so if let me try something, for example, just to make sure everything's working. Obviously, we can make that different. Okay, so if I want to console log all the values, because I'm not running the field, all of its attributes to it. Yeah, that looks really nice. I like that. And it's very simple to actually do. So console. So if I have to fill out all these fields. So Brett, marketing services, whatever. Random color. Choose file. I might have to choose this file last because this file we have to fix. Expected string, received object, and then color scheme is required. So the two that we're getting errors on are the two ones that we don't have the field. So now this is where D, I think you said you had an answer, or maybe even Simon, you said you had the answer. So we're having an issue with the state staying for the logo and the color scheme because we're not using this field, I don't think. See, like this color picker is not accepting the field. My Zot schema is incorrect. I think I tried to pass field to it and I got an error. Or I did get an error. Now I don't have an error. Let's see if this one. It's still saying color schema is required. It's not going to console log either. You're saying my Zot schema is incorrect? Here's a schema if you guys want to look. Isn't it? It's a string. Maybe it's a number instead. What would the value of this input be? Let me do this real quick. Copy. I'm going to place this above here, and I just want to console log the color. I'm on the wrong one. Inspect console. So whatever I pick for this, it's giving me. I want to just get the hex value. It's inside of an object. So would my schema be different for this color? Field contain all values like on chains value. Just pass them like the color equals field.value. Okay, let me see. Color field dot. Okay, on blur on change. I see what you're saying. Field dot value. Spread types may only be created from an object. So I don't need to pass everything. Spread types may only be created from an object type. Spread types may only be created. Oh, I see what you're saying. Color equals. But then the type string is not assignable to type iColor. To fix the problem, I will update the type of the color prop in the iColor picker props interface to accept both string and color types. Do something like value equals field.value.hex or color equals field.value.hex. Was that a property on it? Property hex does not exist on type string. Fix the schema to accept object iColor. Schema, color schema. So you're saying we need to change the Zod schema. So it's going to be an object, right? Because that's what we got back. That's what's showing me there. Yeah, it's saying the hex is a string. Wouldn't you have the hex in there too? Type them all even if you don't use them. It was RGB. Was it? All right. Let me see. We need to change this asking the field value. I think it's a string right now. let me put this color schema back to string just for now. Just I want to see what it's giving me again. I gotta open up Discord. So you think I should use all of them? Oh, I see what you did. Wait, you have the const. Why are they all put in my type file? Oh. So I removed this one completely. This color schema right here in the Zod. I don't even have a type file right now. Oh shit. Put it above your existing one and do a color schema. So like that. Yeah, I just copied D's code. So it's like that, D, right? So I have the chatbot schema right above it. I have the color RGB schema and the color HSV schema. And then I have it here. I mean, it doesn't have to be at the top, right? It could just be right here. Everything looks good. That's correct? Okay, cool. That's what... Okay, so now I'm getting errors in the color schema. We have to set a default value. So the color schema default value is going to be, it can't be an empty string. Type string has no properties in common with type hex, string, or undefined, RGB, number, undefined, number, If I do a quick fix, let me see what it gives me. Okay, it's telling me that. I mean, that works. So that fix is good. Now we have 2 other errors. The other errors we have is the color. Type hex string RGB. Let me remove this other color picker first. So we have this error right here. Type hex color schema. Okay, yeah. And then for this one, quick fix. If I accept that, it's still an error. There's also a my bad. Are you talking about there's an A in the Are you talking about the RGB? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. What's the max? 255 for A? Oh no, you're good. Yeah, no, you're this is very helpful. So the color, no, it should be 1. Should the default value be 1 or just or the default value doesn't matter, right? Like it could be 0 or 1. I mean, I guess 0. And then color here. I know, Simon, you said you could left click the eye color. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Probably A was missing and type this. Max value is 1 in the schema file. You should separate our color schema type. Are you talking about like separate it from this file index? Or are you talking about separate it from the chatbot schema in general? Would I still be able to use it in the form? Oh. Let me see. So you saying do const color schema equals, then do color schema. Okay, that's very confusing. Let me try something real quick. HSVA. Let me see. I saved a screenshot of something. Do you guys think it would be better for this? That fixed everything? It did. Okay. So color scheme is not assignable to type string. Is assignable to that type. I only give them the option to pick hex color, right? Because I put the okay, so I think everything's fixed. What I was going to show you guys though, there's this thing called Microsoft Teams. I don't know if you would be interested. I'm allowed to give people remote access to like a window screen. So if you guys have changes, do you think it'll be more efficient with their time where you guys could have like access? Or do you think you guys just rather keep doing it in the chat like you are now? And then let's try this form real quick. That's what you think? Yeah. True. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fine. That works still. Even it'll take us longer, but it's still good. Like you're right. Everybody in the chat would be able to learn. Okay, so it's still saying that we're getting undefined for the color schema when I submit the form. Small progress, yeah. They do have Discord rooms, but I could do that for the next session, like add that in, and if just to see how it is, doesn't mean we're gonna keep doing it. But the chat definitely does help. Small progress, more chatting and discussion. Yeah, I kind of agree with that concept too. Why is this? It's not letting me pick a color now. One last thing is pending. Oh, okay, now it's letting me pick. Okay, so if that's letting me pick, let me just make sure it's getting submitted. Okay, so that's submitting. So the color scheme looks like it's actually in submitted now. The only thing that's not is our logo. So now if we scroll down to our logo, it's probably the same concept, I'm assuming, right? Because we couldn't do the field. Yeah, no, finally. We couldn't do the field. Would it be field.onChange, or it won't be field.onChange, would it? Is it the same concept? So do you keep the register or get rid of it? So field.onChange. Register is fine. Would it still take on this function though that we created up here? This uploading logo? Like where we created the object URL? Because right now it's saying this function is declared but its value is never read. Oh wait, you said the onChange is fine. Excuse me. No, uploading logo. Yeah, put that function in onChange, and register is also fine. Okay, so I did something. Okay, so we have this. We're back to our fields. Put that function in onChange. That's the wrong input. Oh, fuck. God, I'm such a retard. Holy crap. I am doing the wrong... Wait, no, it's not the wrong input. So we have the logo, and you're saying... So we have the onChange, which is uploading the logo. It's calling it here. Field.value like that. Okay, I think I know why you guys are saying... Yeah, I think it... Did I fuck up the color picker? Wait. Field.onChange. This was right, wasn't it? The color picker was like that? Okay, now it's working. Okay, it's not working now. So if I do, I'm getting an error. Failed to set the value property on HTML input. This input element accepts a file name which only may be programmatically set to the empty string. No, it's not finished. So we have the field.value. It will give error. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I'm definitely getting an error right now. Failed to set the value property on HTML input element. In the upload function. So in the uploading logo. Yeah, I'm here. Are you trying to say like cons? Is that where you set the value? Is that what you're trying to say? Because it won't. No, it's not going to be there. Set value. Argument of type HTML is not assignable to parameter type string. Oh shit, I'm already sending the logo. Argument of type change event element is not assignable to parameter type string. Would this just be a string then? But then that, no. Argument of file is not assignable to parameter type string. Let's see what this says. It says to fix the problem, we need to convert the file object to a string before assigning it to the form value. So it's just saying due to a toString. Now we're getting that error. Pull and null out now. Put null now. Am I okay, so let me okay, I'll try your way first, I guess. Z.instance of file. So if I put this back to where it was, okay, there's that. Empty string, right? And then you're saying the set value. Yeah, I just added it back. So the set value should be logo and E. And I'm getting an error. Argument of type change event HTML element is not assignable to type parameter of string. So if we do a quick fix. So now it's saying to fix the problem, we need to pass the file object instead of the event object to the set value. So if we do that, do another quick fix. File.name. Okay, so I have no errors. Let me see if this works. Nope. Failed to set the value property on the HTML input. This input element accepts a file name, which may only be programmatically set to the empty string. Copy. Color equals field.value. Okay, we could try that. Saying the onChange handler of the color picker, we're now extracting the hex property from the color object and passing it to the field.onChange. This ensures that the value being set is a valid string, resolving the invalid state error. Too much code, you should copy the image picker and the uploading file function. Are you talking about like too much code for ChatGPT? Now it's not even letting me pick. I cannot read properties of undefined reading S. So this is letting me pick. Invalid state error is from the image picker, right? Not the color picker. No, I think it's image picker was correct. Yeah, I think the image picker was correct. Oh yeah, it's telling me to change the color picker. Are we working on the image? What did I invalid? Oh yeah, they tell me to change the color picker for some reason. No, it's for the form field. What they have done here is they have the input type file, accept image, hidden input to store the file name. Yes, the logo looks like it's not working. Return if there's a file, set it to there. If file. What did I have here before? Do you guys remember? I mean, I could just look at the GitHub code. The last repo. This is in the components, creating chatbot. I had it set to the image URL. Image picker is correct. So the issue is we can't pass the value to the input file for security reasons, and it's preventing that. So how do we fix that then? I know it's from that fake path thing. It has to be. So if I choose a logo, fail to set the value property on the HTML input. This input accepts a file name, which only may be automatically set to an empty string. I had no value here last time. So that's what was causing that issue. So now the logo's showing. But then if I click create your chatbot, yeah, it's just not getting accepted in the form. Oh man. We might have to come back to this if we can't come up with a solution, and I might have to research it. Yeah, let me go up. You want me to go up to that function? This person's saying the browser shows the fake path for security reasons and it will not cause any issue with the file upload functionality. The file upload will work fine. and then references. Image URL. File.name. Expected string received object. Was that my error message? No, it wasn't. Expected a string received an object. Logo. Okay. I just got that error though. Expected a string received an object. Set value would be file.name. Okay, I'll leave it for now. Value equals field.value. Yeah, it's not working, so I just tried it. What we can do next is we can make sure we implement the dynamic colors for this. So if it's this, we need to make sure if we click that, it needs to change. Please use Chatcn file example. I don't know exactly what you're talking about. The file example for Chatcn. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it for now. And then we'll just come back to it. I don't want to be stuck on something crazy long. Let's work on changing the color of this when we pick the color picker. And then after we pick the color picker, honestly, I want to... Might have to comment this part out, but I want to be able to start the API for the OpenAI. The Assistants API. So for the chatbot prototype, we're getting the color schema. We are passing it in as a .hex. Okay. Yeah, exactly, we do. Justify between. I'm trying to think of how we could do this. So BG orange. Let's do. So if color scheme is true, then the BG should be the color scheme like that? Is that how you do it? It's the hex color. Do I have to put the pound sign there, or do you think, I mean, I could just test out, see. And if not, let's just do background of orange. So it's not doing it. It's starting off as orange. And then the color scheme is a string. You're saying no, this will not work as Tailwind is dynamic? Yeah, this ain't gonna work. You need to do style equals background color and then color schema. Let me try that. That's not changing the background. Oh, it is. It was fucking opacity was bad. The opacity was all the way down. Okay, so that's changing it. The background color's got to equal that or the initial value. What is BG Orange 500? Okay, it's working. And then we need to change this too. Let me copy that. Control C. That doesn't even look like the red. Oh, it's working though. Okay, so that's working pretty good. I just feel like it's not changing it to the right color though for some reason. What is that? That's fine. I mean, it looks good. Definitely Looks a lot better. I mean, the nav bar doesn't look good. We'll fix that. But I want to work on the main functionality. So we have that. We have our creator welcome message. And then obviously the knowledge base is going to be the upload files to train your chatbot so it can be custom to your website. Okay, do you guys think it's ready? Are we ready to... Is the opacity down? Yeah, you're right. Oh my god, that's so bad. Yeah. Just like little stuff like that, I feel like I always miss. Like, I'm like, why is this not working? Maybe it's my screen, but obviously it's the opacity after logically thinking about it. But in the moment, I'm thinking it's my screen. Oh, my screen might be bad. But do you guys think it's time to start? Let me put it. Is it time to start the OpenAI API, the backend for that? Or do you think we need to finish this? Because obviously we're going to have to work on these files, but we could create the Assistant API. Or do you think we still need to work on this? Because I could work on the styling after. Like, obviously this isn't styled perfect by any means. But I mean, the main functionality is kind of done. I feel like with the prototype. And I think they could understand the point of what's going on. Okay, let's start with the backend then. Let's start with this API. You have a pull request in my repo? Let me check it out. You did that 19 hours ago? D? The pull request? If I pushed code this morning, after you did this pull request, am I still gonna be able to do it? It wants to merge one commit into B Westwood main from D. So I already ran a commit this morning. So this was after you did it. Am I still gonna be able to merge and pull your request in? Let me pull it on the screen. There'll be no merge issue. Okay, so merge pull request. Okay, so that's what I did right there. Okay, let's start on the OpenAI API. Okay, so I'm thinking we should use the Assistant API. I know it's in beta, but I think it works pretty good. I've actually done it once, the API for the Assistant. So what we can do is let's create that and see how this works. So for our application, they are going to be able to, pretty much what I'm thinking is they're going to be able to see the prototype. They're going to click create your chatbot, and then they will be able to get the script tag from this specific chatbot. And that script tag is going to obviously use the CSS and the API that we're going to create. So we're going to go inside the app directory. Where is it? API folder. I'm going to rename this to create assistant. And then when they create an assistant, I'm only going to be able, they only could create one assistant. And then we also have to check. Let me write all this stuff down because there's going to be a lot of checks we're going to have to do. Or we can actually just create it first. So let's create a route.ts. Do you think we should create an API folder with a route file, or do you think we should create a server action? I'm thinking for this, just a route, and then I have server actions for the authentication, but this I feel like maybe a route. What do you guys think? I think it's a post request. And let's look at the documentation. So I know first thing we have to do is we have to create the assistant. So in this example, we're creating the assistant. So we could initialize the OpenAI. We have to import this package. npm install this. Are you giving the contributor access? If you contribute, yes, I'm giving you guys like access to do merge and doing pull request. I'm trying to make everybody involved like as much as I can. Like tomorrow, to make you guys involved even more, I'm gonna try the Discord. So this project, I feel like it's all of ours in a sense. And what we need to do, let me see. So we installed the package. Let me go to the assistants. I've done all these assistants before. Documentation. Import OpenAI from OpenAI. I think it's just because I haven't added the key yet. Okay, this is going to be the only key I care to hide. I'm not going to show you guys this key, so let me just turn off my screen real quick. And I'm going to add this key because I do have my card hooked up to it. I mean, I do have a limit on it, so it's not like you guys could run me up. Chatty. I saw, are we using the OpenAI key or will we take that from a user? I've seen a business model where the guy was like, you use your OpenAI key for, say, the first 40,000, what is it called? Generations or whatever you want to put the number at. And then after that, we are going to have an API that checks how many generations they did that month. And if they are at the limit, what they can do is they can add their own OpenAI key on an input field on our form. And then they're going to have to use their key for the remainder of the month. Or they could buy extra ones. I mean, there's multiple ways we could do that. But I think we put ours in first. It should just come with the monthly fee. And then after a certain amount of generations, they could use their own, or we could like do a package where it's like a credit system. So that's something we had to come up with as well. But let me close this. Okay, let me share my screen again. Oh, fuck. Oh my god, let me not share it. I accidentally showed the key. Oh my god. Let me create a new one. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, let's go to the docs again. I'm showing it again. I am guys, I'm about to get off. I'm literally about to get off. That's so bad. Oh my god. No, it wasn't masked. It was on the left side it was still showing. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I could delete them. I just created multiple. I'll delete them in a little bit. The ones I'm not going to use. Okay, so let's go to the assistants. Where is it? Okay, so the first thing we have to do is create a name. The assistant is so to create the assistant, we're going to say const assistant equals await open AI dot assist beta, I think. It says property beta does not exist on type OpenAI. Are we sure here? Huh. Let's see. Quick start. Node.js. Install the OpenAI library. Set up your API key. Okay. Are you guys OpenAI? Why is it not giving me any options? Or is it because it's not inside of the code block? It keeps saying beta does not exist on type OpenAI. Does anybody in the chat know why that's happening? Do you think I have to install the beta version? I don't remember doing that, which is weird. Let me go to installation. Let's just read some of this real quick. An assistant has instructions, can leverage, blah, blah, blah. Step 1, create an assistant. Await openai.beta.assistants.create. So, introduction, quick start. Did I obviously installed the library. Okay, obviously I didn't. So now it's working. I guess I have to put the save OpenAI -- save or you get an error. So let's go back to the assistants. First, we are creating an AI assistant. This will be the name, and this is going to be the name that they give it. But our form isn't working because our logo isn't getting submitted. So we can't use this. So everything's got to be hard-coded for now. So we do have to figure out how to fix that logo, which is fine. So we have a name. I thought it gives a description. Oh, no, that's instructions. So that description, I might have to change it to instructions. Like, what do you want your chatbot to achieve? So we got that. Then the tools we are going to use is where's the tools? I think it was like the knowledge retrieval. I forgot what they called it though. Oh, retrieval. There it is. And then the last one, model GPT 3.5 Turbo. And then what we can do here, console log the assistant. Would this be a post request? So that will create the assistant. Next, we need to create the thread. Actually, what we need to do with this is this one single route to create the system. That's all it should do. And then it should return a next response .json. Assistant created successfully. And then what we need to do is the assistant, I think, gives you back an ID. And we actually need to save this to the user in our schema, in our Prisma schema. So I need to put like a chatbot ID. What is a thread? I think a thread just is like a conversation. So for this API, I don't think I need to use the thread. I actually think we might have to finish that logo first, because if we want to do it in a sequential order, I think that logo needs to be completed, or we could just leave it out for now, which I might. I'm just going to comment it out because it's not a big deal. But the thread is pretty much it creates a conversation, and then the thread is going to be able to retrieve the messages within that thread based on the ID of the thread. So every time a new user chats with the chatbot, we need to create a new thread. But if it's a repeating user, we need to keep the same thread. So say if like a user, do we need to keep the same thread? I think we need to store the thread in like a cookie. So yeah, like they said, thread represents conversation. We recommend creating one thread per user as soon as the user initiates the conversation. So right when they type, when they do their first submission, that's when we need to create the thread. And then you need to add messages to the thread. And then you run the assistant, but I know you have to check you have to check the run status. And at first it's going to be queued. Yeah, it's going to go in a queued state. And then you need to constantly keep retrieving the run status until the status is complete. And then when it's completed, it will give you the answer. And then we have to stream in the response to the user through the chat widget. And then after that, that's pretty much it. And then we just got to make sure we keep everything how it should be. So each user is only going to be able to create one assistant. And there could be different plans we could do. Like, so if you get the pro plan, you create one assistant. If you get the premium plan, or whatever we name it, you get like 3 assistants. Then it makes more sense. Whenever someone clicks start chatting, we create a thread. We could do that. So we don't have the button. So, hello, I'm Chatty. How can I help you? And then there could probably be a button right here, actually. What do you think? Or where should the button even go? Let me see what that one dude did. So like site GPT.ai. Yeah, he has a started conversation. You see that right there? And then it shows everything. Yeah, same thing on his, even on his chatbot for his own site. Start a conversation or add your details. So he has this, like a little form. Start a conversation, they also start a thread. But I don't think he saves them in a cookie because I've been on this site multiple times with the same Gmail account and it always restarts. So anytime they click that thread, it'll just start a new thread. We're not even going to save it in the cookies. If they come back to the site, they just come back to the site and the chat restarts. I think that's how most websites operate. The chat would restart. So I think we probably should do something like this. Start a conversation. Let's see what I could do here. One sec, guys. I'm back. Start a chat. Okay, let's do that real quick. Let's go to our chatbot prototype. I think before we even show this, or that'll be fine. We don't even have to work about that. That's just the prototype. It's not the actual chat widget. So let's go back. Let's go to the chatbot form. For the form field of the logo, I am just going to comment it out. And then what we need to do on this on submit, where's the on submit? Right here. Let's do a call. So await fetch / API / create assistant method post. We could stringify the data, I guess, for now. And we could do that. And we're not going to be accepting the data. I just want to see if this actually creates an assistant. So let's just type some stuff in. Okay, create your chatbot. Okay, it looks like nothing's working. Can you do a sync await? I thought you could. It's not even letting me submit. So that whole chat thing we've been doing is not even working right now. And I'm getting no errors that I see. Oh, yeah, I didn't remove it from the schema as well. I gotta probably remove it from the default value and the schema. Okay, that should be good. Let's see. Yeah, I noticed that too. I don't have the form error on it, so it's not showing it. I think this should work. Yeah, so now I get a console. Yeah, I need to show the form error too, but let me work on this for now. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's run that route again, the API route. That looks pretty decent. Yeah, that's whatever. Okay, so we have that. Let's try it again. Okay, cool. It created the assistant. There it is. And it should show up in my OpenAI. So if I go to my assistants, yeah, chatty. Right there. Hey, hello, what's up, Dante? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. If you have any questions, just leave them in the chat. But right now, we're just working on the OpenAI API, creating an assistance. So it created that, and now we have an ID. So that's how we get the thread. Let me go back to the docs. Let's go to the overview of the assistant. Next, we have to create the thread. And then we have to run the assistant. Yeah, so we have to run the assistant. The next time we need the assistant ID, we need to do it on step 4 when we run the assistant. So after they get the message, we need to pretty much specify which assistant we're using. Okay, so we need to save this assistant.id, and we need to save this in the user schema. I'm all right. I'm doing great. We're pretty much 3 hours in right now. We've gotten a lot done, and we definitely have learned a lot of stuff along the way too. And we're using Next.js, full stack framework, Tailwind, ShotCN, TypeScript, all that stuff. One more thing, I think the default alpha is 0. That is not best for UX, so maybe alpha 1. I could do that. Go inside of the So you think the alpha 1 for both of them? Which is fine. Okay. So the next step is I want to get this assistant's ID that we get from here. So assistant, and then we get the assistant.id. And I need to save it in a user. So each user only gets 1. So assistant ID, and it'll be a string that's optional like that. And the user. Also, they only can give one assistant. Number of assistants. I guess it's going to be an integer, right? It won't be a string, I don't think. Okay, so we have number of assistants, assistant ID. What I need to do is I need to stop the server. Do they charge for creating for assistants? I think they do. I'm not 100% though. I'm pretty positive they do. That's why everybody only gets one. One assistant. Obviously, if we could do different tier plans, but if they do the higher tier, they could get like, I think one of the websites that does it, they have like 10 assistants for like their top tier plan, which is like 100 a month. So obviously they're making money. But so we have the assistant ID, and what we need to do is after we create the assistant, well, first we need to do a check. So if we need to import the database too, which will allow us to run those Prism methods. Next, we need to do const check for assistant.find first, or check if assistant. Yeah, no, check for assistant. And it'll be the assistant. What did I name it? Number of assistants. Number of assistants, and it's in the user database. I mean, the user model. That should be a Boolean, actually. Or no, it shouldn't. Object layer might be only specific properties, but number of assistants does not exist in type user where input. Did you mean to write number of assistants? Did I spell it wrong? Okay, I think I just spelled it wrong. Yeah, I put a lowercase o instead of uppercase. Okay, so if there is a resistance, we're going to send a message. You have reached the maximum number of assistants. And then we could be like upgrade to like a pro account or something. Then next we need to, so if that check passes, we will create an assistant for them. Console log, we could keep, we could keep it for now. And then we could await database dot user dot update where email, and we have to create a function to see the logged in user. Oh, so let's do that because we're gonna have to do some other stuff as well, which is fine. So I have a function that we could use. Yeah, so the function is going to be from our auth.ts file. We're going to be using this auth right here to see if the user is logged in, and then we should be able to get their information from there. So Or no, we don't have to do that. We could just get it from the user. So do we have a function for that? Yeah, get user by email. We got to pass the email into it. And then get user by ID. No, so we have to import the auth. Let me see how they used it in these Auth.js docs real quick. Why are you getting the user from the number of assistants? What do you mean? So we're checking the assistant. You're right. We're it should be email. And that has to be email. Or it could just be email like that. And then this will be like if checked assistant dot number of assistants is greater than 0, or just like equals 1, then we could do that. You have to get the email from Auth. I'm trying to find that how the syntax is now, because I'm using version 5 for Auth.js, and it's a little different. And I think I just found it. So like I said, we have to import auth from @/auth, and then what we could do here is const session equals await. I think it's just auth like that. Yeah, if we could do if no session, we could just say yeah, so it's gonna be session.user. Like email or whatever you pass into the JWT token. So email. So we're going to check for the assistant for the email. And then if we have the assistant.number of assistants equals 1, you have reached the maximum number of assistants. And then if they haven't, no, that's not it. Let me run the development server too. Check for assistant. Check for assistant.number equals that. Why did I delete everything? Okay. So you're going to wait, you update where email equals that. What was the syntax for the update? Database. It's saying type string or null or undefined is not assignable to type string or defined. Type null is not assignable to type string or undefined. Oh, if there is no checked assistant. So if there is, then that. If there is. It still give me quick fix. Okay, that works. Makes sense. Return if there's no email. Or I could just try this, I guess, and let me see if this works. Okay, so let me go to localhost 3000. We are going to start from the beginning. Let me make sure my MongoDB database is cleared. I'm logging into MongoDB on a different screen so you guys can't see right now. Nothing to really see. I'm just going to delete all the users that are in there. And we are going to kind of start from the beginning and see if we get an assistant ID in there. Delete. Delete. Okay. Localhost 3000. We're going to sign up. Did I make this clickable? I don't even know if I did. I did, I guess. Okay. Email, name. 1, 2, 3. Register. Email verification was sent. We got an email. Click here to verify. Confirming email verified successful. Back to login. We log in. We get, I think this is a hydration error. And then it takes us to the page. I need to fix the hydration error, but it's still working. So we're logged in. I stringified the data. Then after we can go to /dashboard/ create chatbot. This could look obviously better, but it's good for now. We are going to create Chatty 2.0, whatever. Sure, marketing, some random words. Pick how it looks. Choose a random file. We're going to click create your chatbot. Nothing's going to happen because I don't have any UI showing it, which I probably should have added that before testing it. But now what I want to see is if I have an assistant ID inside of my user, which I don't. Did I even submit the form? Let me see. So it looks like the form's not even submitting because I pressed it again, it's not submitting. let me see if I'm getting any data in the client. I am getting a message saying assistant created successful. And I'm getting that assistant created successful. Something is... Okay, let's console. You're saying try console logging the email and the API? Okay. So let's go to the API. And let's console log email and see if it gets email. So if we click create chatbot, yeah, I'm getting the email right here in this server. Are we getting the console log of the assistant? No, we aren't. We're not getting the console log of this assistant though. So we're getting the console log of the email up here. Let's console log check for assistant. See if we're getting that. So check for assistant. It is giving us the assistant ID, number of assistants, which is 1. So if it equals 1, it's going to do that. If there is no check assistant, or if check assistant equals null, right? That's what it's going to have to be. Or 0. I think that might be it. Fuck, I didn't console log anything else. Wait, console log the assistant. Am I getting it? You said you... Okay, got it. There's an if statement for not check of assistant. Let me write comments. So retrieve the user's email from the session. If no session is bound, return an error message. Retrieve the user's session. Else make an assistant. So you're saying if no this, else create this assistant and then wait the database. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I think it worked that time because it took a little longer for that success message. Yeah, so now we're console logging the assistant. And if we go there, number of assistants is null. Email verified. What did I update? Const assist else do this. And then you await database I used or email equals that number of assistants. Increment 1. I think it's because my default value for number of assistants in the Prism schema needs to be, what is the default? Oh, there it is, at default 0. Let me do Control C, px Prism, generate, px Prism db push, npm run dev. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I think its default value is null, and when you increment it by 1, it's still null. Am I logged in or not? Oh, can I read properties undefined reading error? That was in the res.error. I'll have to look at that again. Let me see. /create chatbot. I'm just gonna is it just an integer like that? I need to update the assistant ID because we're gonna need that. Data that, and then okay, let's try it. Okay. Let's refresh. Okay, cool. Number of assistants is 1, and then the assistant ID I have here. Awesome. Okay, so I saved that. Let me go to my OpenAI real quick. Let me look at the assistants, and I'm gonna have all these assistants here probably. Or no, it doesn't save in here because I didn't create it through here. Or no, I did. Oh no, it did. Cool. Oh no, it did. March 20th at 1:40 a.m. It's 1:40 now. Okay, so every time somebody creates it, I'm gonna have it here in the backend, which is whatever. I should be able to see their information anyway. Okay, so we have the assistant and the assistant ID. That works. Now we could pass. We can pass some stuff to it for the post. I haven't done a post request in so long like this because of server actions. So we need to what do we need to do? We need to accept from the chatbot form the data. And then const equals that. And then const name description equals body. And then what we could do is we could just pass the name here. Instructions I'll put for description now, but we're going to probably change that to instructions as well. Tools, type retrieval, and then it should give you an option to create tools, which we're going to have to look. But we have the name, instructions, dynamic, 3.5 turbo. I know that's working, so I'll need that. Don't need the email. Let me show where they actually display the messages. Let me do this as success. Data.success. We don't need that. Or I guess we do. Let's import this form success. Or no, we don't. We don't need these because that's going to be with the card wrapper. So we're going to say if success, then show the success message like that. Text green, and then BG green. 500, 30 opacity, or 70. Padding 2, rounded large. And let me do the error message, because right now, since I'm logged in and I already have one, okay. That looks good. How did I do it in my server action? Yeah, I like that way better. I want to be consistent too. That's good. Okay. Let's try working on it now. No, you didn't miss anything. I'm just trying to display the error and success message now. That's going to be right above the button. I might do a toast notification for this, which I probably will. But if I try to create a chatbot, let me see. And I already have one assistant created. It's going to throw me an error. Create your chatbot. You have reached the maximum number of assistants. Please upgrade your account. So yeah, I've just added that. You've reached, so since I recreated an assistant, I only create one, so it won't let me create it. I mean, I can move it somewhere else, but I might keep that there for now. We will see. So I have the success error. This works. That works. Okay. Okay, so the only thing we need to do, which we need to make note of, is we need to fix the logo in that form field. And honestly, if we're not going to be able to fix it, the logo is not a crazy big deal right now. We could just remove it completely and continue without it. Obviously, I'd like for them to be able to add their own logo like this. That would be nice. But other than that, we're going to obviously keep continuing with the OpenAI API. But for now, I think everything is good. So we created an assistant, and the next step we need to do is we need to create a thread. But that will be in the next episode because I've been on now for probably 3 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm going to call it for tonight. But I will be back tomorrow or the next day. I will let you guys know tomorrow. But like I said, I will never miss more than one day in a row. And we will keep working on this project and picking up, and we will just keep refining and making this project as good as we can. And hopefully this becomes something one day. This would be kind of nice and cool to show that the whole process was live streamed and you could go back and watch every step of it. But if you have suggestions, let's make the prototype position sticky so it's always showing when scrolling. Let's see how to do that. So the chat prototype, is that a class name in Tailwind? Sticky? It is. I put sticky. Was it on the right one? Chatbot prototype. Yeah, no, local. This project's definitely coming along. I mean, obviously there's some styling stuff, but that's like the easiest stuff to fix. But right now it's looking pretty good. Yeah, it says I've been live for 3 hours and 20. D, is that what you mean? You said make the prototype position sticky so it's always showing when scrolling. Do I have to add something else to this to make it work? Sticky. BG Slate. Oh, makes sense. Yeah, because it's always going to stay height full. So height. Is it with the brackets? 70% like that? Hey Raj, how you doing? 70%. It's still not sticky for some reason. Like watching your series in free time, nice. Yeah, I know you're on the other side of the you're in India, right? Because right now for me it's 1:50 a.m. and it's probably morning for you. Still not sticky for some reason. Why would it do that? It's 12:30 there. Nice. Yeah, like just after. Maybe wrapper is not full height. Um, I'm trying to make this sticky. What D recommended, but I pretty much added like you're only allowed to create one assistant per user's account. So I created a success and error message if they have more than one user. So for example, I already have a assistant with this associated user that I'm signed in with. And what I can do when I submit this, since there's already a user, the API is going to throw an error. So you've reached the maximum number of assistants. Please upgrade your account. So that's all it's doing. And then now we're trying to get this fixed. Would it be sticky fixed? But I don't think fixed would be. Yeah, that's sticky applies the same CSS properties as fixed. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. Isn't the chat box the second column? Yes, it is. It is the second column. Was I doing the wrong one? No, this whole div in here is the chatbot prototype. Yeah. Just put sticky with margin top. So what, like sticky margin top of like 10? Is that what you're saying? It's technically still not doing anything. Yeah, this div right here is for sure the chatbot prototype. This whole thing in here. And that's for sure the div of, because that's the background, the height, the width of it. It says sticky also requires top left, bottom right, like absolute. Sticky also requires like top left, bottom right. So it's like the fixed. So top 0. Maybe not top 0, but we'll see what it looks like. Ooh. So maybe like top like So it's sticky, but now it's like going underneath the nav bar, which, I mean, the nav bar should be on top. So top maybe like 20. Yeah, that was all sticky else requires the top left, bottom nice. Yeah, that's a good catch, Raj. Coming in the chat and just answering questions like that, that's good, man. Yeah, but that works. Maybe top, we could try top 25. Because it's almost like, it's like almost hitting it. Is top 25 even a thing? Nope. If we do brackets, it will be. No? Is top 25 not a thing? I guess we could do 24. That's way better. Nice. So yeah, everything's working good. It works in multiples of 4. That's what it always. I feel like it skips when it gets higher, does it not? So like, let's see, bottom. So it's like ones, then you're right, then multiples of 4. And then up here it goes a little higher. But yeah, you're right. It's pretty much multiples of 4. Perfect. Okay, but other than that, guys, I'm gonna call it for the night. We will fix a lot more of this stuff. This page specifically, we are gonna have a side dashboard right here, and then all of this will be transferred more to the right. I'm not worried about the styling yet, but I will push and commit changes to GitHub right now. Let me do that real quick so you guys could keep up with it. I need to do that every night. And let me make these changes as well. So what we did here was start OpenAI Assistant and form to create assistant. Okay, so let's make sure all these changes get pushed. All right, so all the changes are already pushed of what we finished. And the only time I work on this project is when I'm live with you guys. So there will be no more changes other than when I'm live with you guys. So other than that, if you do guys want to check it out, I will let me link this real quick. I'm going to link this. And if you guys are in the chat, you don't have access to it, here's a quick link. But other than that, guys, I really appreciate you guys sticking around, watching the live on a Friday night. If you guys have any questions, join the Discord group. I'll be able to answer quicker in there. But other than that, you guys have a good night or good day, depending on where you're at.